What's up, everybody? It's E the Prophet here to do another video. And this video is going to be called There's Probably Other Life Out There in the Universe, but it's probably nothing like us. And the reason why I want to do this video is because I do these kind of videos every now and then where I just like to talk about the universe, put my views out there. I'm going to tell y'all, if you're intelligent and you listen to what I'm saying, you'll know that no religion can stand up to the things I say. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna bring religion and science into this conversation. But anyway, there's probably other life out there, and I'm gonna explain why. But it's probably not anything like us, and I'm gonna explain why that is as well. All right, first let's talk about the solar system. Okay, we have a sun, and we have the planets that revolve around the sun. The sun is just one out of a trillion other stars in the universe. There are a trillion other stars, some bigger than the sun, some smaller than the sun. Our star is a medium-sized star. Now, there is no religion, not Christianity, not Judaism, not Islam, that explains how all these suns got created. Religion doesn't even touch it at all. Religion doesn't even explain how this sun was created, the star in our solar system. You know what I'm saying? So we can just take religion right off the table in terms of trying to really explain what's going on out there in the universe. Now, science also gets to, I totally disagree with what science says. Science says that somehow all these dust particles heat up and become like this giant star. Now, my problem with that is I don't see how that could have happened a trillion different times. And on top of that, because of my next theory, which I believe that when inside of a solar system, the planets that you see revolving around that star, I believe those planets come from that star. So if all we have is a bunch of dust heated up, how could all these different elements come from this heated up dust? It doesn't make sense. Now I'm going to tell you, with that said, I have no idea how all these stars got here. I have no idea. Maybe there is a God, but I don't believe in the God that religion teaches. There could be some kind of manager or something probably beyond our perception and comprehension, to be honest, that really exists out there that have placed these stars. And I'm going to tell you, there seems to be some kind of order in the universe because we're not crashing into other galaxies. Now, I know evidently some galaxies do eventually crash into each other, but it doesn't seem like it's something that's happening all the time. So there seems to be some kind of order out there. So there's a good chance that something could be managing, all of this that's happening out there. But on to why the life on this planet is probably totally unlike any other life is because, when I mentioned those trillion stars, it appears that no star is alike. So just like humans, all humans, the billions of us on the planet all have different fingerprints, I'm going to assume that all of these stars have different fingerprints as well. So, since none of the stars are alike, more than there's really no way that what comes out of the star can be alike. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the stars and planets that we've found so far, we haven't found any situation of a star or planet that matches what's in our solar system. Everything is different. Every planet they found that's similar to Earth is a huge, gigantic Earth. It's a super Earth. It's not the same size, which means it's not the same density, which means the gravity is going to be different. So that's a bunch of different factors right there that tells you why life can't be the same. Now, I'm going to say something else. We may be an anomaly in the fact that the life on this planet lives out, on top of the planet, outside of the planet. Whereas there could be several planets in a universe where there's life, but the life actually lives inside the planet. That's just another, thing we may have to consider. We could be an anomaly. We may be the cream of the crop when it comes to carbon-based life. Now, I will also say this. We can't see it because of all of the light pollution, but there are a lot of constellations up there in the sky. And what's funny is a lot of those constellations resemble animals that are on this planet. So I'm going to go ahead and say that there's a good chance that we're just a carbon representation of other more powerful, significantly more powerful life in the universe. There's a chance that that's what we are, carbon representations of, energy that may be living, or, I believe the stars are alive. I believe that the sun, the star in our solar system, is pretty much the god of the solar system, because I believe all life comes from the sun. The sun is pretty much the mother and father of all life in the solar system. So once you consider that, if the planets come from the star, which I believe, because where else could they come from? Where else could all these planets come from? If there's 1 trillion stars, there's probably a gazillion planets in the universe. So where could all of these planets come from? So I'm going to say they come from the star. Now, if the planets come from the star, that means we come from the star. That means everything, like, let's take our solar system. We got, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, Venus, Earth, Mercury, Mars, Pluto. So all of these different things came from our star. So if all of this material, and not to mention even us living things, the material we made from came from the sun. So the Egyptians, in my opinion, had it right when they worshiped the sun. You know what I'm saying? I think they understood. And it's funny, people would rather worship something imaginary and believe in fairy tales as opposed to looking as to what's right there in front of us. You know what I'm saying? If only we could harness the power of that star, and really build up technology to prevent, like gamma bursts or anything else like that from the star, something that could absorb energy, we'd be a lot better off. But anyway, like I said, the reason primarily why life is going to be different is because all of the stars are different. And all of the conditions that surround a star are going to be different as a result of the stars being different. So if all the stars are different, that means all of the life will more than likely be different. Because not only would the material be different in the stars, but the conditions around the star in terms of how big the star is, how small the star is, how dense the star is, how much energy the star puts off, and then, once you get past that point, you start looking at the planets, it's going to be about how dense the planets are. What's the gravity like on the planets? How far away from the star are the planets in terms of, heat reaching the planet? Are they too close? Are they too far away? Is something blocking light? Are they locked? Are they tightly locked? There's a lot of different things to consider. But that's why life is going to be different, because the stars are different. Now, I'm going to say this also. I believe that the star in this solar system, our star, could be a very unique star. And the reason why I say this is because out of all of the other stars that I'm aware of that they've looked at, I don't know of any other one star that has this many objects revolving around it, which means that somehow our star put out a lot of material. And that may have something to do with the type of life we see in our solar system on our planet. And that's not counting if there's other life that, we might not be able to recognize. There could be life on Jupiter or Saturn or Neptune or Uranus for all we know. It could just be life that we may not know is life. But But yeah, man, it's real interesting, but it's so hard for people to conceptualize the universe. I just have been studying it for so long, and the reason why, like we have no way to imagine how big the sun is because we have nothing that big to compare the sun to. We can't. We have no way. We really can't even fathom how big the Earth is because there's nothing this big to compare it to, that we can relate it to. So, we can see how big the moon is only because we can visually see it. But, we don't have the minds capable of fathoming a lot of this stuff. And that's why no matter what, we'll probably never have the answers we're looking for, which is why people, fall back on religion and things like that, because that's all they can fall back on. If you need an explanation, there are no explanations. There's no way for us to figure any of this stuff out, it appears. Maybe that'll change, but for the foreseeable future, I think we're going to have to be deaf, dumb, and blind because there's just no way to know. And everything I'm saying right now is just my theory. My theory, because, all of the stars are different, then all of the planets are going to be different, which means the life on the planets are going to be different. And also understand that any life that does pop up is going to be conducive to the planet where it originates, meaning, it appears that all of these solar systems are kept separate, meaning that really, even if we could find a planet we could survive on, it's probably so freaking far away we would never have a way to get to it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just, it's just no way, I don't know. Like I said, man, this stuff is really, really complicated because there's so much we just don't know, and it's really, really hard. Luckily, I don't have anything cluttering my mind like religion or science or anything like that. So I can really come to clearer conclusions than a lot of people. But think about it, man. How many other people really talk about the universe in this way? Man, if you find somebody, please let me know. Post it in the comments. I'll check them out. If they talk about things in the way that I talk about, in a clear, concise, simple way, a simple way for anybody to understand. Notice I'm not using huge words. And it's not that I don't have huge words in my vocabulary. I definitely do. But I don't see the point of trying to explain things in a way that nobody can understand. There's no point to make a video like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can at least understand the things I'm saying. I hope I've explained it in a way that it at least makes sense. Even if you don't agree with what I'm saying, at least I hope it makes sense. And, like I said, I just put more theories out there and give people more ways and different ways to think about things. But anyway, y'all, I'm about done. I just wanted to come do this video because, like I said, I do these universe videos every so often. I'm real big into the universe. That's what I believe in. And I like to do them. But anyway, if you made it through this, thank you. I love you. Please like the video. Please share the video. Please join my channel. And please, by all means, leave any thoughts and comments, any theories you may have. I would love to hear them. Everybody, thanks once again. And everybody stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy. Peace.